This to Alcorn State head coach Melvin Spears. Is Coach Spears on the call?
Yes, good morning.
Good morning, Coach. A tough one this weekend, going down to Montgomery, and your team fought pretty hard. But if you could just kind of summarize that game, and then you've got the off week coming up this week, and kind of how you're going to prepare with no game this week, just kind of get your team back on track a little bit, and then we'll open it up for questions.
Well, it's just like anything else. We had another heavyweight fight down in Southwestern Athletic Conference, but Coach Barlow and them were doing an excellent job. Had some outstanding players, made some outstanding plays. But like he said earlier, that we went to 10-10. We were in the ball game. We threw them a couple little wrinkles because we came in and we ran the football. And Arnold Walker did an outstanding job there. But when you look at the whole ball game, there's a couple different plays that kind of changed our momentum. We had the momentum. We had them a 3rd and 15, 3rd and 16, and they convert. And then the momentum changes again, and then we got it on the 10-yard line, and we cough it up. But overall, our team played outstanding. We played to the last minute. We were still in the ball game. To the last, we came down and scored it with 1:49 and had tried to come back and go for the onside kick. So overall, when you look at the output and the effort that our players are playing at, I just think it's unbelievable. And these guys just got to keep playing. They just can't have the momentum swing and make mistakes in unopportune times. And then one of the strangest things happened in the game, and I knew it just wasn't for us, is that we got a 3rd and 20. We go down, we hit the running back for a 6 or 7 yard loss, and he pitches the ball to the quarterback, and the quarterback gets the first down. But other than that, it was an outstanding football game. I thought our team played very well. But at the end of the day, you still got to win. But we've gotten better, and they're playing great football. We're a little bit more run-oriented simply because of the fact that we knew that Coach Darden was doing a good job from a pass perspective. A couple of different reads here and there. Yeah, it's a different ball game.
Talk a little bit about the off week and how you're going to prepare and just kind of get your team back on track a little bit.
Well, we got a couple guys banged up, so we're going to take a couple of days off. We'll practice, the middle part of the week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, let them off on the weekend, and then we'll come back the next week and start concentrating on our next opponent. But overall, just get back to basics, go back and evaluate the last 5 ball games and try to make all those corrections and keep working hard. And our guys are really doing that, and I think they're right there. So we're just going to go back to the drawing board and work on those little things.
We'll open it up for Alcorn State head coach Melvin Spears.
Hey, Melvin, it's Ross. How you doing?
Good morning.
Morning. Give me a kind of a status update. I see, Brandon didn't play last week. What's his status right now?
Yeah, Brandon did play last week. The thing about it is that all our positions are open market, and sometimes you have to come and balance things and things that go the way you think they're going, and all our guys get graded every single day, and at the end of the day, we felt like the other guy was the best guy at that time. There's nothing really going on with any of them other than they just got to compete week in and week out and play at a high level. As you saw, one of the things is that we were playing at one level, we went in at 10-10, and then when they raised to another level, we have to do the same thing, and so we're looking for consistency across the board and try to accommodate the talent factors of all the different players that we have. So I think we're going in the right direction. It's just a matter of playing.
Well, so Brandon did play against Alabama State?
Yes, he did.
Okay. Do you you mentioned you thought the other guy was the better guy. What's Brandon not doing that you want to see him do?
Well, I don't think it's so much of what Brandon not is doing. It's just a matter of being able to run our team at a high level, matriculate, do all the things that we're asking them to do. And when you're in competition, you look at the competition factor from that side. I just think it's just a matter of continuing to learn the process, learn our system, and do all the little things that it takes to be an outstanding quarterback, mechanics, and a lot of different things. So it's not anything any different than any other quarterback would be trying to learn.
Tell me about Darius. Just tell me a little bit about him.
Darius is the guy that has a really big arm, guy that's a little bit more poised. He's not looking to run so fast, and overall he had a real decent game. He conducted the team pretty good, and then when Brandon came in and the spots that we had him come in and do the things that he did a good job as well. So we just got to minimize a few mistakes, make sure we take care of the reads that we're taking care. And anytime you got a real young team, you got to You got to matriculate them toward where you want them to be, and sometimes it takes a little bit more tutelage, a little bit more understanding about what we want getting done from them, and those are the things that we're going to work on in the off week. But overall, that's the difference in the two.
Coach, you were able to run the ball really effectively against a pretty stout defensive front. Talk a little bit about Arnold Walker and his game.
Well, Arnold Walker's one of those guys, just like from last year. Arnold Walker didn't play very well against Grambling. It took him a couple of weeks before he got back in the fold. But one of the things I appreciate about Arnold Walker is that he came in every single day and worked. And like I tell them all, the cream will always rise to the top if you take care of your business, doing the things that you've been doing. And lo and behold, Arnold Walker came in and showed you what he was worth. He's been playing outstanding the last 2 or 3 ball games. We knew Coach Starton and all of them over there knew our system and things, because I was in that system last year. So we had to come up with a few other rankings to kind of combat some of the things what they thought we were doing. And we did a pretty good job running the ball. This is our second week with having our offensive line in full attack. So I thought we did a really good job there, and we did a good job sometime in the third down situation. But where we broke down at is when we give up a big play when we got them 3rd and 15, or just turn the ball over at an unopportune time down in the critical area, which gives them a short field. So other than that, we did a pretty good job.
Hey, Melvin, it's Ross again. Do you foresee kind of a ongoing quarterback competition here throughout the season?
It's ongoing competition for everyone. It's just not at quarterback. You know, if you got any team that got, certainly you always want one guy to come out and solidify himself, but it's like anything else. If they're even, then certainly it's a fair market. So that's where it's fair for all 22 positions where we play. Some guys start today, some guys don't. So it's not any different than any other play.
Coach, you obviously a lot of offensive mind, and what do you see? Nick Andrews obviously has kind of established himself as one of the better receivers even in the country. Had a big night against you. What do you see from Nick, and also the fact that you coached him?
Well, the luxury is I had an opportunity to coach him. I think he's an excellent young man, outstanding student. I got great skill set, worked very hard. And, Coach Barlow alluded to it. The bottom line is that in order for you to continue to be outstanding, you got to work. And it really boils down to work, and that's what we are with our team. Our team got to continue to buy into the real work. You're not going to show up and win these ball games without work. Early on, we got an opportunity to go to the championship game with Nick Andrews. It's obvious Nick Andrews came back and really worked on his skills, and he did a good job against us, even though, we did try to do some things to kind of, bracket him a couple of times. But when we left him single coverage, he did a real good job, and that all comes from just real work.
Defensively for your team, who's kind of standing out? I know your front was able to put at least a little bit of pressure on Jenkins, at least statistically it looked like it.
Well, we play lights out up front. We play we rotate eight defensive linemen. We rotate 7 linebackers, and we kind of study back there in our nickel package. But I think our defense is really doing an outstanding job. It's just football games are won by football players making football plays. We kept Jenkins under control for a long time, and then he breaks out of there and he gets one long one to Nick Andrews. But on the other hand, we kind of kept him on the attack. He did a good job managing the game, nickeling down, taking what we were giving him. But overall, our front harassed the devil out of him, and we're going to keep working on that, keep doing what we do. We just got to make certain that we don't give up 3rd and 15. We gave that up twice, 3rd and 15, 3rd and 18. So those are the couple things that we really got to go back to the drawing board and work on.
Any final questions for head coach Spears from Alcorn State?
Coach Ken Rashad, TSPN Sports. How are you, sir?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. As you prepare to go into an open week, looking at your quarterback situation, is there, as of now, a designated one person or a person designated as your starting quarterback as of now?
Well, what we're going to do is that we're going to go back to the drawing board, do the things that we need to do. I thought both of the quarterbacks played very well. Both of them have different skill sets. And when you have guys that are comparable to each other, that's why you bring in other folks to complement what the other players does. If you got a quarterback that has a skill set that's a real athletic, you have to accommodate what he does. And vice versa, when you have a guy that has an outstanding arm who's considered a better passer, then you accommodate what he does. So we're going to continue to work on what's best for our team, not necessarily worry about who's the starter, who's not the starter, because when you got a young team, it's always an identity crisis to try to find out who is really the real leader. So that's really what it boils down to. So we're going to keep working hard, keep doing the things we're doing, get ready for the second half of the season and close this thing out victorious.
Are you open to a 2-quarterback system?
Yeah, I'm open to winning. We're trying to win right now. We need a win. You know, whatever it takes to win, that's where we are right now. I thought our team finished fairly well last Saturday, but we got to complete the ball games. We got to not make those little mistakes at the unopportune times to change the momentum of the game and close out the ball game. And sometimes, you know, when you talk about guys making plays, like Coach Barlow talked about Jenkins made some plays that only Jenkins probably could have made, and vice versa. And we had him under duress, and he makes a couple of different plays. So football games are won by football players making football plays. You know, and that's really what it boils down to. Playmakers make plays during the ball game, not in practice.
Coach Spears, Reggie Benson with the Huntsville Times. Good morning.
How you doing, Rick?
Great. Look, have you dealt with a situation where you've got back-to-back open weeks before, and how do you handle that?
Well, yes, because we do it when I was at Grambling. We do it when we play against Southern University. During that week, you got a 2-week stay, but our stay wasn't intentional. You know, we had a team that had almost a signed contract that pulled out on us at the last minute, Louisiana Tech. So our approach is just like any other. I've been here before. You know, you do it every Bayou Classic. So I'm aware of how we need to handle it. You know, we're gonna give them a little rest, try to get their legs back, take care of some bumps and bruises, and then we'll start focusing on the other team that we're going to participate in for homecoming the next week. So we got a lot of fundamental things, a long way to go. But hey, I'm really excited about our team, and I feel good about